Well, hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Coffee to you. Oh,
Good morning. I just got my coffee this morning.
nice. This cup is so
right.
nice. It's so fresh. You can just cuddle with it. I might have to
Good.
turn off the camera and get a little fresh with this cup.
Ooh. PG rated. Ooh.
Right? Well, good morning, hillbilly.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you, Robert.
Good morning, Mr. Superfast.
Hey. And Coogie Dude.
Good morning.
Good morning. Little daddy-os, you're here to shine and be
That's
awesome.
right.
You guys have a good morning all yourself?
What?
You guys all having a good morning yourself?
Yeah, I just need some sunglasses right now, though.
Yeah.
Yep. Not bad.
Cookie Jew
Not
is shining
bad.
so bright, I need to get some sunglasses.
Oh man.
That's
Well,
right.
thank you. I have to fix that for you. There you go.
Oh my
And-
Lord.
That's right.
Oh man.
You all shine brightly.
Oh, Bradley. What
Shine
up, Mr.
brightly.
Hillbilly?
Hello, Mrs. Hillbilly.
Boo.
He said hello
Right.
back.
Got your cafe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's say hi to people in chat. We got Richie Dubs. Hello, Richie, the first like. Hello, DeLawson. What's up? What's up? Yeah. We've been working on your dailies. Woo woo. Nice. Mrs. Hillbilly in chat. Hello. Again. Hi. You're awesome. Prime 406. Woo woo. That's right.
Okay, I got something to say about Mrs. Hillbilly. What is she talking about? Who lost somebody? I know about D. Lawson.
I think that's who she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. I had to read up on chat to understand what's going on. Yeah, I think she's talking to D. Lawson and empathizing with Sir D. Lawson.
Yeah, I see it now.
Because D. Lawson, you are amazing. You are a champion. You'll rise above the ranks and become a formidable warrior.
He already is in Arena.
Nice.
Right.
Nice. So you guys feeling loose today? Feeling relaxed, casual?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yep.
Nice.
I'm feeling.
Ooh. So the topic today is going to be why MTG is no longer the same as it used to be. Yeah, and we're going to go into that, define the topic soon. But I just wanted to cover grounds of things we miss about Magic and what it used to be. And we talked about how it's kind of changed. And with that, let's get to define the topic. Ooh, still feel fancy with that. All right. So defining the topic is from this part is talking about. I said hi to Prime, bud.
No.
The want to define the topic is why MTG is no longer the same as it used to be. It's because Magic the Gathering has changed so much radically in the last decade, but it's evolved differently in my eyes because it's no longer an in-store game anymore as much as we used to frequent and live in the game store basically to now it's not so much. And now everything's based off your computer or ordering online. The rapport that we had, the rapport we had with people and building up a community in the game store feels like it no longer exists to me. And that's what I want to get on is like how the changes made from yesterday to today.
Well, what they've done, wizards have done. I mean, take the name for example. It's called Magic the Gathering. All right. Yeah, game's still good. Game's still fun.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's Magic the Gathering. They took the Gathering out.
Ooh, that's a bit
Completely.
of a deep dive in that one too.
Because with Arena, for example, it should be called Magic Arena.
Right.
Because there is no gathering
Mm-hmm.
there at all. Yeah, it's the same game as the paper format, yeah. But however, where is the gathering? There is no gathering anymore.
So you want to touch on the lack of gathering.
Right.
What about you, Robert?
No, it's completely changed. I think you're dead on. I agree with you, Tortoise. The way it feels just doesn't feel what it used to feel like.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So,
yeah.
10 years ago was a totally different thing, and 20 years ago was even more wildly different.
Oh, that's very true. Very true. All right. With that, we'll go to discuss the topic. Man, still feel fancy. You're gonna hear me say it until I get over those. All right. So there's been an evolution in Magic the Gathering a lot. Because I remember when I first got into Magic, it wasn't only about getting into the game and playing the game. It was about going to the game store to play those tournaments that we used to have, like those F&Ms. F&M used to be like the highlight of our lives, especially mine. Like, this is the one time I got to play with different people that I didn't completely know for the longest of time until I built a report at a local game store that became a secondary home for me, basically, because I spent more time there than at my own house, being single and all back then. So the one thing that's changed in a lot of ways is the ability that people, not the ability, but the motivation for people to walk to the game store and drive to the game store and play games together has driven down, because now your game store is no longer the cheap place to buy Magic product. That's how I feel. James. Well, no one said it was the fault of the stores, James, but that's a good comment. The choice of not playing at LGS is not the fault of the stores or WOTC, it's the choice of the players. That is right.
I agree for the most part. I don't have an LG, so my LG is Walmart.
Right. Wally World, where the books are, you pass by all the knowledgeable book areas and you go to the game pieces. You're like, I want to buy the game pieces, not the books.
That's right. Well, readings for posers, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I want to agree and disagree with James Willis.
All right.
My point is, WOTC did do this to themselves because of them selling their cards on Amazon and sites like that. Because now you can go there and get the cards.
Right.
And by them doing that, that forces people to not buy from LGS.
Well, it doesn't force people.
Well,
but it makes
it doesn't force them, but yet you would pay $1 for a card instead of $5 for the same card.
Right.
Can I interject here?
Yeah.
I mean, me being new to the format, I'm coming in at the tail end of what you guys are talking about.
Right.
But it seems like technology has taken over actual hands-on. but you can still do hands-on.
Mhm.
You know, it's not out of the formula, but it's a lot easier for someone to just click on a screen and, you know, there's a lot of games that are going that way. You
Right.
know, I mean, that's just my 2 cents worth. I mean, I don't know if I'm talking out of my rear end or not, but
No, that's a good point because technology has changed a lot. That has evolved the game a lot. Like Magic the Magic Arena has become more of the premier way to play because it's easier just to stay home, flip open your computer, and log into a application than it is to get up, get dressed, shower. You know, emphasize the shower part, and go to a local game store. You know,
Not only that, you can play Arena naked. If you ain't got a camera, you can play it naked instead of having to put clothes on and go to the LGS.
that's
Hey,
right.
hillbilly, that's an excellent idea. I think I might start doing that.
All right. I thought you were already on that journey.
No, I'm at work.
but yeah, so like the landscape has changed, and one thing that's changed a lot. Prime, are you okay? I don't know why you're saying that for, but just in case.
Probably because of what I said.
Yeah, because we're talking about just whipping it out there, bud.
But yeah, so like you know, one thing that's changed is the way we buy magic cards nowadays. For those who can't buy the magic cards like they do, they go online and they look for the cheapest prices. You know,
Yeah, and
like, I do too.
yeah, the direct to consumer thing is, yeah, it cuts out the LGS, but on the same token, it cuts out some of the BS that various LGSs did too. So
Right.
I can see both sides of the argument to it.
No, there's definitely I've seen firsthand the both sides of the argument. One like the shop I loved going to was a really honest shop. Like when they got product that was free, they'd give it away instead of selling it, even though they could have sold it. Where I've seen this other shop that was a newer shop and they got the same product and they charged an arm and leg for the same product because it could be sold.
Yep.
And that was talking about the first the commander's arsenal thing that they built. That was in a big old box. If you remember the commander's arsenal,
I wasn't around when it came out, but I am familiar with the product. But yes, yeah,
it was the first time Sylvan Library got a massive reprint. Well, not massive, but a good reprint of the first time it was foil, because it was basically like a large collection of commander staples for the first time in a set, and they basically gave these out to the stores, and the stores were able to do what they will with them. And like I said, my store owner, my favorite store owner, gave it away as a prize for winning a commander night, where the other store owner is like, this is like a $600 product, we're going to charge upwards to $600.
yep.
You know, so like I said, I've seen both things in both ways, and I know for a fact not every LGS should focus on Magic as their main thing nowadays, like their main source anymore, because you can't make profit off selling 10-cent cards all day long and in small bulk rarities, small bulk amounts where people are buying like $1 worth of cards here and there, and that's like 10 cards for 10 cents. Where you know some of the value is drained from one end. You know, there's still value in other ends, but nobody's going to buy that more card from the local game store that's like $40. When online they can save like $3 for the difference. And the harsh reality is it's because of greed on both ends. And when I say greed on both ends, because the store is trying to make a profit because they had to purchase the card most likely from a collection or from somebody who sold it to the store. and the player wants to get the best deal on the card so they can save more money to buy more cards.
Yep.
So it's rough. It's a hard spectrum to break out because it's not just an individual problem of we can fix one thing and the whole thing will be fixed. What happened with product was a shame, where product became well available on Amazon.com and Walmart.com. And on top of that, LGSs can sell through Amazon.com and Walmart.com, too many .coms. So it's become how much money can we make from this product kind of thing to how fast can we move this product and how much money can we make without breaking even.
Yep.
Yeah, because I love fishing for good deals. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say I'm not part of that crowd. Since I don't have the money just to drop on cards all the time, I will go for the cheapest version of the card. Most times, and sometimes recently, some of the cool looking variants are the cheaper versions compared to the older looking variants, or the older frame variants, which is interesting.
Exactly.
Well, answer this though. How can WOTC put the gathering back into Magic?
Well, so we kind of discussed this yesterday, with the whole if they found a new way to reintroduce the DCI kind of system where you can get those points and get an incentive to play again and bring back the luster of being the best player in a group of people and going into tournaments. I think if they could focus on that and focus on player rewards again and do it successfully at a rate that's a win for them, a win for us, that would be the most optimal way to bring back the fire to want to be the best player. You want to go off and show off your deck skills. Your even if you net deck, you want to show off how good you are, because net decking is not a sin. All right, anybody out there who says I don't like net deckers? Well, the format changes so fast. The format comes out so quick and gets solved so quick. There are times you kind of have to net deck to keep up with the competitive nature. And that's fine, because if you play the deck enough and you learn how the deck works, you can start building and tweaking other decks around based off your play style.
Yep. So an article came out yesterday, super fast. I just shot it to you in Discord from Wizards about revitalizing Standard and what their plans are going forward. It's really interesting that we discussed this yesterday and then Wizards releases that article.
Wow.
Let me go here. Let me go here. That's actually really awesome. I mean, that makes me feel like we're on top of the curve. No, I'm kidding.
We're ahead of the curve by at least 16 hours.
Right.
Dag blanket.
Dag blanket.
Dag blanket.
Dang, blanket.
It wants me to. All right.
No, you're from Afghanistan. Come on, man.
Next up, revitalizing Standard play. Right? I was not expecting all that jazz. I'm glad I didn't ask for anything personal.
Right.
Today's announcements about giving players and stores enticing events that they want to play and run and give something at the end of the rainbow for building up their standard decks. Ooh. Editor's note: the following article has been reposted from MTG Daily. Additional details regarding the return to Standard Showdown, alongside the release of Murders at Karlov Manor, will be shared once later. Oh, so the new Ravnica cassettes when they plan on implementing this.
It's actually starting with Caverns of Ixalan. It's kind of a long article, but basically they're redoing the store championships where it must be a standard event.
Cool.
For the store championship promo cards.
Nice. So editor's note: the following article has been reposted from MTG Daily. Right? Okay. Last May, we announced that we would be taking multiple steps to revitalizing standard play at local game stores. Hint, or niche down on the local game stores. The first steps involve getting into the format into a spot where more players would enjoy it. We banned several cards to help shift the metagame to a more fun space, and we've changed the format to rotate every 3 years to make cards more useful for longer. At the same time, we also indicated that this was only the first step and that there was more work to be done. Today's announcement is all about the next step, giving players and stores enticing events that they want to play and run to give them something at the end of the rainbow for building up their standard decks. To what end, we've created a slate of standard play that at every level, from pro level play to a 75K standard open, nice, all the way up to Pro Tour to demonstrate the mastery of standard. I spoke about the opportunities on stream today, which I'm assuming this playing is a stream. I'm not going to play because I don't get copyrighted.
That's right.
To capture what I discussed here in the standard, the play opportunities will be rolling out soon, with more details on each of the rolled out in the coming months. Local store play. In February, alongside the launch of Murders at Carlin Manor, we'll be bringing back Standard Showdown for players not familiar with the program it includes. A weekly standard play program held at the local game stores, a special promo and other prizes for players who participate to win, a special oversized card for retailers who successfully complete a number of designated events. Ooh. I wonder if that'd be something you can win. The stores will be like, hey, you want to win this cool art piece to hang on your wall? That'd be awesome. Starting with the Lost Caverns Ixalan, we'll be shifting store championships events to standard constructed, giving players additional chance to complete a local game stores for exciting promos and prizes. All right, qualifier play. At MagicCon Chicago in February, we hold a 75K standard open similar to the limited open that we ran in Barcelona and Minneapolis. The 25K standard open in Chicago will be the first large open field standard tournament in quite some time, with significant prize money and pro tour invites to the line. Nice. This should give the format a chance to really shine and offer anyone who wants to compete in the standard format and a chance to play. Running in January through March, the third round of 2023-2024 season's regional championship qualifiers will be standard and global, and regional championships run immediately following the Pro Tour Outlaws of Thunder Junction will feature a standard format after several big events and ongoing in-store programs. A large swatch of players will all over the world will get their chance to put their standard chops to the test in the global regional championship round. Nice. And the last bit here is Pro Tour play. Pro Tour Outlaws of Thunder Junction, the second Pro Tour 2024, will feature standard and constructed format of the event. It will, of course, be fully covered with the slate of play opportunities combined with a more enjoyable standard environment. Now is the time to start honoring your standard chops. Healthy standard play is vital for thriving local game stores, and we believe this slate of play, plus more improvements to come in the next step in helping game stores providing engaging standard content no matter what level you game at. While we continue our work, we want to hear more from you. You can tweet us at PlayMTG or at Wizards_Magic or join our Discord. You can watch MagicCon events all around the world. Woohoo!
Cool.
All right, let me
So
hide
I
that
think
screen.
that's some of the correct steps that we were talking about that they needed to do. I mean, a 75K tournament, that's some pretty decent money for a for a standard tournament.
Oh yeah.
So
That is definitely
that's kind of
positive.
exciting.
I still think they need to bring that DCI back.
Right. Well, they definitely need to have a how can I explain it? Like, one thing we need is a build up program where you can feel like you're achieving step by step by playing the game to get these rewards too. You know,
Right.
kind of like as you're working on a project, you can see your improvement through the project. They definitely need something like that, like with DCI. Like as you play the game, you get better at the game. The points will show you. That'd be awesome. And I want to say hello, Cosmic Seeds. Hello. You don't play LGS more. I play MTG for money at big tournaments now. My skills are damn fire. Nice. Yeah, that's what we're hoping though, is to get that kind of fire back in everybody else. I don't net deck. I look at take a few ideas and never use another deck entirely off another, which is fine. Which I like to try to do. I don't like to net deck myself, but I can't say it's no longer valid anymore to not do it, because like I know people who are really good players and bad deck builders, but I also know people who need help learning the structure of a deck, because the format changes and a deck changes so quick and you need to evolve quick enough for your next tournament. All right. Standard needs more than help. Player rewards need to come back. Agreed. Yes, for sure.
Yep.
DCG dude. Hello. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Woo,
Good
woo.
morning.
Yeah, but yeah, so but yeah, that's exciting. Like I wish we had covered this topic like a couple weeks ago, so we could feel like maybe we were part of the change of that whole idea, but it just happened the same day.
Yeah. But I do think they are stepping in the right direction. But
Oh yeah, they're doing
they still need a little bit more to go. They need to bring individual rewards for going to LGS to
right,
play standard.
right, and it's not like Wizards can just make personalized rewards for people either. They can't just like personalize it to everybody. So that's why the point system will be work. Like how they had it before. Or we could think of like, not a popular topic, but like the stupid cigarette promotion. The more coupon things you get from those packs of Camels or those things you clipped out from marbles, the more you collected, the more you got, the bigger the prizes you can get. They should implement something like that.
Right.
I know it's a bad example, the smoking thing, but it still makes sense because it was a very functional program that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another one I could use, the Kool-Aid program, because remember the mom, dad,
the Kool-Aid Redemption.
The Kool-Aid Redemptions. Yeah.
Yep.
LGS and big cities
Drink
bring
more
people
Ovaltine.
Well, so nothing about the LGS is perfect, Cosmic, for sure. My brain just flies.
Heck, even in little cities, you get big egos show up.
Oh yeah.
Right, like you're always gonna have to work around being around other people, social skills. That's the thing is. The community joining an LGS community helps build social skills, and if you don't, then maybe staying home is better for you. And that's all right. And we have a Magic Arena just for that. Now people can do Magic the ways they want to, yes, but there are people like us, in general, who love to frequent the Magic store that we love so much. We understand the personality differences and characteristics are there for sure. And yes, we understand their big egos. But at the same time, like we live in a community, we act in a community. The only difference is we're pushing ourselves to be in a community with different flavors of different mentalities. And that's where people build social skills that are important to us. And like you don't always have to like someone to be in the same room with them. But when you're in the same room with somebody, you've always find yourself in a way to interact, and having Magic the Gathering to interact was a good bridge for people to communicate with each other and get to know each other more, even if they had differences they didn't care about. Egos, biasnesses, or maybe play styles might be different. But what made it the same for all of us is that dormitory life that we lived basically in a LGS growing up, and we learned to make friends even with people we didn't care for, but ended up having relationships that had bonds stronger than the average Joe just walking down the street. Camelbucks are cool.
I mean, one thing that Magic did is when you go to an LGS,
Jeez.
you play against somebody, get to know them, you end up being friends after that,
Right?
and that's a good way. So it's a good way to get people to bond together and become friends.
Right. But
You
we
don't
live in a
have that
world
no
where you
more.
have to schedule play dates with your kids to hang out with other kids.
Yeah.
You know,
You
a lot of a lot of our social statuses have changed, or social skills have changed, just because, like, you know, when I was a kid, if I wanted to go somewhere, I could just leave the house, walk around town, do whatever I want. Nowadays, kids are not even allowed to do that. You know,
right.
if I want to hang out with my friends, I go to their house, knock on the door, and ask if they can play. You can't even do that anymore. You have to have a phone call. You have to have a scheduled play date. Homework's got to be done.
Yeah.
Everything. You know, homework's important. People don't skip it. But still,
Yeah,
you know,
ask super fast.
Back in
So,
my day.
so me being kind of new, you guys are talking about going to the LGS
Hmm?
to bond, but what are we doing now on video? You're bonding with people. I mean,
Right.
you. So, I mean, why go to the LGS when you can, unless you actually want to feel the cards and feel the game and and smell the person next to you and all that stuff. I've done similar things, but not with Magic. Uh, but it seems like that technology is taking that away from you.
Yep. But all
Right.
right. And on that
Well,
subject, all right, bonding. You can't. Yeah, we're bonding here. That is right. But we after you bond with somebody so much, it gets kind of boring. You want to meet other people and bond with them. You can't.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
well,
I
I
just
want to smell super fast cologne, man. That's why.
Well, so
Or if he
let me
wears Axe.
Because let's say Superfast plays a deck, standard deck. I play a standard deck, and we keep playing that same old standard deck. It gets old, so we want to play somebody else and play against their standard deck and bond with them, see how their deck runs against,
okay.
and so on. And
I'm just kind
there
of
ain't
being
there
like
ain't
the
none of
devil's
that.
advocate here.
There ain't none of that anymore.
let me break it down this way. So I got a couple decks that are still needing updated, right? I have a couple decks that need to be updated, like my enchantments deck, my planeswalker deck. All right. And I don't get to play with them much all the time because when I go to play a game of Commander online, I usually have to match the game I'm going to play with the power levels of the deck I expect, which is higher than these decks. So online, I don't have the choice of talking to people beforehand, saying, "Hey, I want to test out this deck. You got something like this that we could play?" Or maybe if you borrow my Planeswalker deck and my enchantment deck, I'll play. We can play against. I need to upgrade this, right? Well, two things you don't get from play online very much is one, you don't get honest feedback because people are not there. Two, you don't get the facial reactions and you don't get the interactions like you would as a normal person in front of another normal person. Three, the if I want to if I get frustrated with the game here online, like if we got frustrated and we got an argument and I just wanted to leave, well, I'd have to leave my house and eventually come back. Where a game store, if I get frustrated, I can just leave the game store and not go there for a day or two if I don't want to, or leave there for the day and just not worry about it. Or 3, or for more, this is going to be kind of a deep dive, but like with your emotions, because when we harness the emotions, we affiliate our emotions of happiness, sad, angry, and all that with the place we're in at the moment we're in them. So like at a store, if I get mad, angry in a store, and I affiliate that emotion with that store for that moment, I can leave that store and get past my emotions as a person, then go back with a fresh memory. Where at home, I'm just kind of stuck at home, and if I go through those emotions, I'm stuck at home. You know.
And for to add on another one, do you have a magic card handy, super fast?
A magic card? Yeah.
Yeah.
This right here.
Can't barely read that.
Yep.
I can't barely read that, and you're holding that just a couple inches from your camera. That's the other problem is I can't see what's on your play field over the phone too easy. I'm kind of blind. So in person, I can say, let me see that card and pick it up, look at it, read it, hand it back to you. I've got to have you hold it just right so I can see it.
Yeah, that's a big issue is reading the cards on, they're pretty small and you can't read it. You can't. I mean, I get that. I mean, so I understand what you're saying. I mean,
and it's on top of that, really quick, on top of that, one thing that's lacking, or that lacks from not being at a store is social accountability. So if you're online, someone can, like, I can stop you from saying swear words, saying words you shouldn't say, going crazy and anything without ending the stream. Like the stream's gone. I can't repair that. At a store, if someone acts abruptly like that, I can try to calm them down, give them a chance to calm down, and just walk away if have to be. Right? So there's that option there, and that's a negative option for being at a store. But a good reason to be at the store is people have a social standard. People love playing the game. People get to interact. People get to give advice and decks. Like if I asked you about my deck, Dad, and say you were good at you were good at Magic, good enough, and I handed you my deck, you can look through the deck and like you can kind of break it apart and look at it how you'd see it, and you can be like, okay, I like this deck, but this is what I see can be changed. Here's where it can be upgraded. Here's how it can be different. Where here I can send you a deck list online, and you'd be like, well, I see it's organized, looks pretty, but doesn't give you the same flavor. It's like, well, let's test a hand and let's play a game. No, you can't do that like that.
All right.
Online is easier. Online is easier to do stuff on than in person, but it's extra steps than it is in person too. Like if I hand you a deck, say, hey, what do you think about this deck? And you look at the deck and give me your advice right there. Yeah, online, you have to look at my deck list. Then you have to set up a place to play Magic. Then you have to go live with that. Then you have to break things down. Whatever. We're in a store, or if I was at, or say, well, I was at your house and we were playing. I could. The interactions are more intimate between two people when it comes to how they discuss, and also it's a bonding experience.
Well, yeah, I understand that. I mean, because when I play with you, we kind of bonded with me, showing me the cards and reading them to me and explaining it to me, and I got to feel it and look at the the artwork, and so yeah, it would be better to go be physical than this.
Right.
This is only 2-dimensional.
Right. The game store can be a secondary home. You know, a secondary place to feel accepted, a place to interact. It's a lot better than being online. It's a lot better than interacting like this. I mean, Dad, you love hanging out with me, right?
Oh, I do. I love you.
But would it
Yes.
be so much better if we were in person?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, see?
Yes. No argument there.
Right? You know, you probably want me to make another rack of ribs.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
You know, so that's the kind of stuff. Like if we want to take a break and go to McDonald's across the street, we could pick up our stuff and go to McDonald's across the street. You know, the one thing internet doesn't do that the LGS does, it gives you the option to make decisions with friends like you would do at an LGS. You know, like if like having someone talking to buying a card you're not so sure about, and they finally convince you, and you're like, oh, finally I got the card. Let's play it. Oh, this is a better deck. You know, this is a better deck for it. Where online, you know, you searching for the cheapest cards. You look for different options because honestly, a lot of cards are cheap. You'll try to look for cheaper cards, but all in the same grain, you are looking for the best of the best of
But
interaction.
you,
And it's
Yeah.
easy. It's also easier to improve a deck in person than it is not in person.
Oh yeah,
Because you get to show the other person, hey, this card worked better than this card.
right. You know,
yeah,
so
yeah, okay. I mean, I'm just kind of, I'm new, so I'm just kind of, this is my thing.
right.
You know, I've never been to a store to play, and it sounds like that when you play, each player is very passionate about their deck, right?
Mhm.
And I don't know why someone would get angry if your deck is better than theirs.
Mhm.
You
Well, some people get angry because they think their deck should perform better than ours. Andrew and I used to have well, he wasn't really a friend, but he's more of an acquaintance at a shop. He would get pissed off every time he lost because he spent like buku bucks on a deck and it didn't work the way he wanted it to work, especially when standard changed enough where his deck was no longer like the top tier deck.
Hmm. So
No, so
what's the top tier deck?
a top tier deck is a deck that has a high win consistency and has the better answers to most cards in the format.
No, okay.
You know, so and Wizards been fighting for years tooth and nail to try to fix that, where top tier can be multiple things instead of one thing. They've been trying to make decks more viable to go against each other, and they've been fighting tooth and nail because they hate it when like one deck just rules them all.
Yeah. Ideally they want at least a rock paper scissors type thing where there's a few top decks, but recently it's been more rock paper scissors.
right. You
So
know,
here's
but
another.
yeah, and that's another
So
thing about in-store play too. It's so neat with in-store play to play test your deck and go from one person to another and get people's advice, because you can do the same kind of stuff online, but in play, people can help you with cards or help you figure out a deck really quick or figure out a solution, help you talk through strategies to help you talk through why you did a bad game. A lot easier than you can do online, because like on Arena, you can't talk to your friends like left and right. You have to go
right,
through Discord and all that stuff to fix that up. But
yeah.
but really quick, because we are past the halftime of the show. I want to shout out Carnes, Artopia.com, where you can get sweet dice bags, sweet dice boxes, sweet dice pets, sweet, amazing jewelry and ornaments. You can even get a super fast Tortoise dice bag. You can get a hillbilly dice bag. You can get a Prime 406 game dice bag, all for a good price of $45. And the quality is worth more than the price. Oh my lord. Check it out. It is amazing. Whoop whoop. You guys are awesome.
Handcrafted artisanal dice bags.
Oh, handcrafted. Like I need to revise the commercial for Hillbilly and I. So like I got a dice bag right here. This thing holds over 2 pounds of dice, and does not even spill dice with a pull string top. This is fan freaking tastic. I love it. And I'm getting a new dice bag for the sponsorship, and I can't wait to show that off because it has a what I call a dumbed down logo. It's like my logo, but dumbed down for the printing process. But it still looks freaking tastic, and I can't wait to show it off like in person.
In person.
Yeah, in person. Yeah.
So what's this? This is kind of on off topic, but I'm just curious. What's the significance of the colors of the cards?
Each like if you look at Hillbilly screen, you'll see a green, white, blue, black, and red mana symbol. Each one has a different trait. Where green likes to work with lands, creatures, and land, like basic lands and stuff, and stompy stomp creatures. Where white works on life gain and going wide a little more. Where blue's about kind of controlling the format, about like giving you the draw you need more than ramp, giving you the draw. Black is definitely evil. It likes to remove creatures. It loves to play big nasty creatures, but not on top of that, it likes to play your nasty creatures from the graveyard. And red is about the small hasty things that have small impact early game but big impact quick before the late game. That's just a quick rundown I can give really quick. So each one has a different flavor. So, and you can mix the colors. Like green blue is probably one of the strongest color combinations in Commander.
Yeah, see, that's where I mean, it's going to take me a minute or two to figure that out, but that's how you build your decks, is by the color and the creature, right? Or the
Right.
land. All right.
Yeah, hold on. Can someone talk for me for just a minute while I update the description to put the link that we used today in the description?
Cool. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, every color has its own ability. Red likes to hit people in the face. Green likes to, go wide with powerful creatures. White is life gain. Blue is more of a control. Black is more of a kill. So if you noticed my black deck that I play on Arena, like when I played this morning, every time a creature hit the battlefield, my deck is mono black. And every time a creature hits the battlefield, boom, destroy, boom, destroy, boom, destroy.
Oh, okay, yeah. I noticed that.
That's what black is good for. Red, it's like hit you in the face, hit you in the face, hit you in the face.
Okay. So green is. Oh, I didn't mean to. I just had that question. I mean, we want to take it off topic. But.
All right.
You're fine.
Well, you know what? If you start playing Magic, you're gonna find this out, especially on Arena. Arena has a really good what Arena does, even though they kind of hard to explain everything at the beginning, like it's not completely 100% good science, but they start you off on easy decks that kind of walk you through what the different colors do, and they have you play and learn the different strategies of different decks.
Right. Yeah,
And
that's why I played this morning Arena.
Mm-hmm.
And the tutor lets me win. I don't know why. The tutor lets me win, but I'm kind of figure out how they make it easy for me to play the game,
right?
Because they give a description of what to do and what not to do, and so I kind of like that. I'll play that for a while till I really understand,
Right.
and then I can get it to a more I don't know, complicated Uh,
Well, really quick, while you're figuring that out, because I understand that's going on there. We're gonna get to the open forum section. The open forum. All right. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. I had technical difficulties a few minutes ago too. So
Yeah, I feel I had a little bit one not so long ago, but I think it kind of snuck around the corner. But man, thank you for sharing that article with us today, Robert. That was awesome quality you added to the stream, and I
Yes,
want to
sir.
say that was amazing to be able to cover that. Because like I think since we were talking about that yesterday, that's like whoever watches these shows in progression will be like, oh look, they actually do have a format, and look, this followed through, and you know, people like Pooh Bear Robert saved the day.
Yeah, we got the Wizards spy in our group somewhere.
You're right.
It's probably James Willis.
I was thinking it was Richie Dubs, but that works too.
I thought it was Hillbilly. You know, no one expects Hillbilly.
No, that's James Willis.
Nah, no one ever expects a hillbilly.
Nope. You know, that's why he has a neuralizer.
oh, I'm gonna get off because I got to unhook. So
All right.
I will be on tomorrow because I got to go to the doctor. But I'll
Okay.
catch you the next day. You guys all have a good day. Have success in what you're going to do.
Uh-huh.
And remember to smile, even when you're angry.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
See you
All right,
later.
you too, Robert. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Ooh.
But yeah, I like this stream here just because it's informational and
What you talk about, hillbilly?
That's right.
It's informational and it's a way to get topics out there. What's on our mind?
Right. Well, it's definitely opinionated, but like one thing I try to stress, well, I don't stress, but one thing I try to implement so much is trying to not break into a heavy biasness on this is what Magic used to be, make Magic great again, because there's so much evolution that people just like take for granted, either good or bad, that the game has had to evolve, the companies had to evolve, and us players have to evolve with it. And when WOTC said the comment that they're trying to get rid of old players, I thought about that, and I think, well, maybe it's not the old players, but it's the old player mentality. Magic used to be good, collectability, like the collectability of the game. Magic used to be super collectible, but for a company on their end, they have to make money, and if they know how to make the money, if it's through reprints, they're going to do it. So they're going to force collectability, which is so weird that they want to force collectability, but they're trying to make it so it's both a collectible card game and a cheap game to get into, so they can keep bringing in people for 4 years at a time, which is what they say is the average lifespan of a Magic player. That the evolution of the game is not only between the company, it's also between the players too. And when they really said they want to get the old players, I think it's the old player mentality. Shake your cane at the sky and say, I want it like it used to be, but it can no longer be what it used to be. I mean, look at cars nowadays. Look at car seats nowadays, right? Like they're always getting rules and restrictions put on them, regulations put on them, or they're never going to be the same. They're always changing, and that's kind of how it has to be. It'll never revert to the old 1940s Ford vehicle. That's probably a wrong thing. I don't know my vehicles well enough, but cars will never be like what they used to be because there's so many regulations that's changed them. And in the same vein, the same thing's happening with Magic because the internet changed the way Magic's going to be. And if we like it or not, if we love the game for the game, we're going to have a great time. If you love the game for the collectability, you're going to be through a struggle, you know?
No, you're right. You're nail on the head.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I fully agree with that viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not only that, you got the power creep. The power creep now is different than what it was back 10 years ago.
I agree and disagree because, like, if you're looking at Homelands and Fallen Empires, then you look at Tempest. The power creep was insane, just in that small span of time. And then from Tempest, Stronghold, Alliances, then you go into Urza's block, and it blew through the freaking water. Just explosive volcano shaking power creep.
Oh, not only
so
that,
bad that many of those cards from Urza's are still banned in multiple formats because of how powerful they were.
Like Tinker.
Well, yeah, like Tinker, Tolarian Academy, Memory Jar. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah, when I stepped into Magic before the time I say I started playing Magic like heavily, I was in when between Urza's and Mirrodin's print.
Oh, God. And then Mirrodin, yeah.
Right. And then people were talking about leaving the game because it's too broken by then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And Mirrodin introducing affinity for artifacts on artifacts. And artifact lands at the same time. So your land counted as an artifact and reduced the casting cost of your other artifacts. So you play a land and you get cheaper stuff. It was like the power creep this game has seen is nuts compared to, I mean, some stages are lower power level, but even like Crimson Vow is pretty high powered compared to some of the older stuff, but still it's yeah.
You know, one thing I could honestly say has improved in the game is the synergy of decks have improved the game.
Oh yeah.
You know, like back then you try to build like say a standard or commander deck, and let's focus on commander here because this is where I see the synergy on. Is back in the day, your deck really relied on your removal spells and your board wipes to let you win the game, to help you get in the game. You had to care about removing your opponent's best stuff. To now where I've seen decks work very well, where the synergies that Wizards been slowly dropping into the format or been fixing in the format lately, because they kind of just did a whole commander dump this last couple of years, is that they've been making viable strategies and decks work through using the synergies in the deck where you don't need to rely on all the crazy removal all the time.
Yeah, you're not needing to play cards like Decree of Pain anymore, where you have better alternatives.
Right.
Or at least, better for your deck alternatives.
Oh yeah. And so that's one thing I've noticed playing against other people's decks, Insanity, like the food token strategy. That the Lord of the Rings set really fixed that issue and actually made it a viable deck.
If you want to talk about busted treasure tokens.
They have some crazy shenanigans, especially with the black enchantment that basically makes your opponents lose a game if you have like 20 of them or something.
Yeah, treasure tokens in general are busted to me because Lotus Petal was printed. Imagine getting free Lotus Petals with spells you cast.
Right.
What the heck, man? And that came out of what? Ixalan, so 2016?
Yeah.
Era?
About that, for sure.
Yeah.
Like definitely about that. Like that whole time frame was just insane. Like Wizards, like it's easy to crap on Wizards, and their decisions. But if you step back and look at the picture as a whole, you can really see where they've been improving.
Oh yeah.
That's what I want to give credit for, because you know, for a long time, the whole topic that people have been repeating and still are repeating is the collectability. The collectability is dying. The collectability is not there. But Wizards is really putting a focus on playability and cheaper cards in general than they are taking a focus on collectability as in product. Now, I cannot focus on the price of packs and where to decide what set's a $500 set, what set is a $200 set. But like when they talk about playability and the cost of reprints and cards coming out, they've been making the game more functional, more playable, more achievable for people to get without having to spend lots of money on singles. Even though the one thing I can gripe about is people will talk bad about the price of products that Wizards shows out. They'll be like, this is too much for a product. This is too much for this product. And here you are watching people opening up, buying these packs, and be like, look what I got. I got this. I got this. Let me open it up. Let me open it up. This is what you want, right? You want me to see me buy this product, right? Even though it's too expensive, but I'm still having fun with it. Well, you're two-faced. You're honestly two-faced in that instance. Like I was not honestly I was honestly not expecting to get even a Commander Masters pack because how expensive they were this year. Like I was surprised for my birthday, like we discussed before. I was surprised. I'm like, oh, then so but I was okay missing out because you know what, the singles market was fluctuating. You know, the singles market were doing pretty good.
Yep.
You know.
And, to add to that, on a show, I can't remember what show it was, but it was a couple months ago. Somebody was complaining about reprints, as usual. And they said, do what we had to do and buy the cards off of the secondary market. And I was like, wait a minute. So your viewpoint is I have to buy the cards at these hyperinflated rates when you got them out of a $2.20 booster pack 30 years ago. Now I have to pay the hyperinflated rate on the age of the card because, we want to save that for you. Why can't I get it in a cheaper booster pack? And why can't the new players? Why is it fair for you to have gotten it out of a cheap booster pack, but it's not fair for me and for new players coming into the game to get that same opportunity?
Right.
So
just how it is,
it is what it is.
Inflation's a bitch, but you know what? The inflation on pack prices shouldn't be overwhelming.
Right.
And I agree, like with Commander Masters, that was overbearing.
Right.
And Lord of the Rings was high dollar. But if you go to the inflation calculator and look at what $2.49 in 1994, which was the cost of booster packs, what the buying power is today, and it's $5.
Right. And I was about to say $5 for a booster pack is not a bad price.
Yeah, it didn't really. I mean, we say $5 for a booster pack, but in '94, $2.50 would get you a gallon of gas, a gallon of milk, a loaf of bread. You can't do that with $5 today.
No. So, no, you can barely get 2 drinks for $5 nowadays.
Yeah. So I mean, just commenting on the economic standpoint, it's like the booster packs are decently priced. Now the Project Booster Fun thing, I'm still not sure how I feel about it, though I do prefer set boosters over draft.
Same here. I
for
love
everything except for drafting.
I love set boosters so much, very much. Like I even like set boosters a lot more than collector's packs.
Yeah.
Like collector's packs have all the bling in them and all the fun cards in it, but set boosters, they feel like they could be draftable, but they also always have like the cool variants spread throughout the pack where it's like, oh, here's a cool card. It's not overwhelming. It's not desaturating of a feeling when you open a set pack.
Yeah. And for me, I don't play with foils usually, so collector packs are just to get bling to put in the binder and trade for cards that I do want.
Right.
That's all they're for. the set packs are where it's at for me, because I get the blingy cards, the different treatments, but non-foil. So
Right.
win for me.
Man, yeah, I know. I really love like, especially when Brothers War had the set packs. That was an amazing set pack.
Yeah.
Format. Like
Yep.
that, I was not expecting Brothers War to be a set that I would really enjoy because it's an artifact set. I'm like, oh my lord, there's so many good cards in here. Gotta open them
Yes. Yes. So many, and I'm an artifact guy, and I'm an Urza nut. So, you know, I loved the Brothers War novels back in the 90s and the whole story behind them and everything. So yeah, it was sweet. Brothers War was an awesome set.
Mm-hmm. I sell all my foils or I give them to SFT. Whoop, whoop. I appreciate that 100% for sure because I love my foils. I love, like, the one thing that collector packs try to ruin is my love for alternate arts. I love alternate art cards, but collector packs have totally abused the system. You know, they've exasperated the love of alternate arts. Like Wizards, like, you like alternate arts, here's 3 to 14 different variants of one card. I'm like, what about
Yeah,
the
like,
days
the days where we had just one variant,
right?
And then
Like,
if you wanted an alter, you had to go take it to a painter who was skilled, and they would alter the card for you.
right. Well, see, I remember back in the day when proxies were a thing and people were trying to go against it. Then WOTC shut down a proxy artist, and then hired him to make alternate art cards.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yep.
Yep. How far we've come.
Now we've got Secret Layers with your alternate art variants coming out monthly,
right.
quarterly. I don't know really, but yeah.
Oh, no doubt. But like, you know what I miss? The simplicity of game day promos, where it's just, you know, a full art frame with a little not translucent, the where you can see the frame, but it was kind of blended in. I can't think of the words, transparent or translucent, one of the two. Where the text was on the bottom and the full art most of the picture. I miss those kind of cards. You know, the simplicity of a full art card. You know, didn't like I love the foil versions of them, but now they're like, Wizards push as hard as they can to make those look so basic.
Yeah.
You know what Wizards should do if they ever bring back the prize packs is make a custom collector's pack where all the cards, like how they did in the Commander Masters Commander decks, where they give you like a couple special art cards and like just a third card. They should do something like that if they do that again, because that would make it worthwhile. Even though collectors will be pissed off, but you know what? I still like my bling. You know,
that's right.
Like if I wore jewelry, I guarantee my jewelry would not be $100 necklace. It'd probably be like some 15-cent thing I got out of a machine. You know, as long as it looks fun.
Oh my gosh! Got to get you a little rubber tortoise necklace. There you go.
Hell yeah, rubber tortoise. Right?
No,
I would totally wear that.
Those just for your information, those collector sampler packs that come in the commander decks, they've been doing that since Streets of New Capenna.
Nice.
So it's probably going to. I'm sure it's going to continue. It's kind of a really neat thing, and like the Lord of the Rings sample packs actually had cards in them that you could not get in any booster whatsoever, including the extended art foil, the One Ring,
right?
Just that that's like $1,000 hit if you get it out of your, because you can only get it from the collector sample pack. That's it. So
that's pretty cool though. But yeah, so but like I really do hope Wizards implements more than just like a sample pack as prize winnings. They definitely should bring back the DCI point system or something like that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think
maybe
we're going to see something.
Well, they didn't talk about all the changes they're implementing, so we don't know what's in the future. But I think that since you brought it up yesterday, because you're the one who brought it up, because I totally spaced out that I even existed
I did too.
for a minute. But like when you brought it up, I'm like, oh, I remember I had to fight twice to get my programs going on. Like, you know how many years I didn't receive my freaking promos in the mail for like the full art promos? Like I should have had a full art damnation. Can't even get that anymore. Is full art cryptic command? No. When I say full art, I mean textless. You know, like I should have received them, but I never received them, and I was like, I had to fight to even get something, and I never got anything today because like we just continued that. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. When I came back to the game in 2021, the first thing I did was I was like, okay, let me go to dci.wizards.com, log in, and start cashing in my promo point. Oh, what happened?
Well,
man. And the second thing I did was I went to Magic Online Traders League, MOTL.com, so I could hook back into my account and start trading cards. Oh, that's gone too. Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, there's a couple websites. Like there's one website I used to attend where it let you build decks and trade cards. That no longer exists. I can't remember what it's called. I just remember the whole page was black. Like they had like a black theme. And that no longer exists. I'm like, man, just like the LGS is
flushed down the toilet.
Right. Darn. Well, I believe Wizards is going to do something to correct everything. I don't think Wizards is planning to make super expensive packs all the time, but if they revitalize the standard, it'll be interesting to see where we go. You know, if that's where they're going.
Yep. And with more Pro Tour coverage, with standard getting some Pro Tour coverage and some expensive tournaments and stuff, we will see standard card prices go up. You know, because right now EDH is the reason. EDH and Modern Legacy are the reasons that any card prices go up, go down. Standard has no bearing on it. Something gets banned in Standard, doesn't get touched.
The neat thing with that is Commander will continue to push up the price of cards, and with Standard doing it, they'll
piggyback it.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's going to be really interesting going forward. And with the 3-year rotation cycle and some of these products being out of print, like Kamigawa has been out of print for a year.
Right.
So we're going to see, but yet it's still in Standard until September, October next year. So we're going to see those card prices rocket up too. It's going to be really interesting. So for value,
it's like I need that that black virtue card from Wild Drain. What?
Yeah.
It's Wild.
Yeah, but I can't remember the whole name of virtue card. I was going to try to look it up.
Persistence.
Yeah, Persistence. Yeah, I need a copy of that to go in my Chapman deck because I believe I have a Dead's Now in there, but if not, I need to get one of those too.
Yeah, and it's like $13, $14?
It's like 10, 14, varying where you go.
Yep.
But either way, it's good. Like, there's going to be cards you want, and I think Wizards is doing a lot of good stuff here. Like honestly, like it's one of those things where like with Wizards right now, it's like a lot of the news is initial impact, and people are going to respond emotionally to it, and it's one of those things you're not going to see right up front, but you're going to see the gains as you go on further because it's like Rudy, right? Rudy knows how to look at the market. He looks at the market. He can explain the market. And he kind of see in the future, right? He can kind of see where Wizards is going. But Wizards knows what their plan is. Wizards know how to implement. They know how to wait and be patient because they have to work, make the product, sell it, and they got to implement this a few years down the road. Where every time we hear news today, as of today, even though Wizards has been working on it for a year or two, no matter what it is. So there's a lot of implementation that we're seeing right up front, but we don't fully understand the whole grasp of the meaning behind everything, because they've had a couple years to talk about this and put it together. Well, we're just getting all the news in a simplified form all in one day.
Yep, exactly. We don't, we're seeing just the tip of the iceberg right now.
Yes.
So, and they do have a plan.
Mm.
And honestly, I think it will be beneficial to the longevity of the game. So, I don't see any of their implementation truly killing Magic whatsoever.
No, I don't think Magic's going to die. If anything kills Wizards of the Coast, it's going to be Wizards of the Coast themselves. And I think that'd be a self-admitted thing when it happens.
Yeah, they'd basically be having to declare bankruptcy and all that.
Well, to me, the way I see it, it's kind of like the algorithm of YouTube. And part of the algorithm of YouTube is if you have a channel with 1 billion videos, you're guaranteed to get a couple views a day, no matter what.
Yep.
Well, Wizards kind of done that, where they have all this product coming out, and they're guaranteed to make profit on the side, on top of what's been a good product, what's been a bad product. But also, they get so much news, good and bad, from everybody. But for Wizards, it's all good news.
Yep.
Except Typal. Typal's bad news, people. Just keep it tribal.
Apparently, from what I'm hearing in the grapevine, they're not planning on changing the wording on the cards. That's just how they're going to refer to it at this time, anyway. But we'll see where that goes. But keep it tribal, because that's what we've known and loved for over 20 years. Come on, meow.
Right? I've talked to a couple people who deal with legitimate tribes who are not offended by the word tribal. So I have no idea where people are getting offended by the word tribal.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
So stupid.
I don't see how it can be offensive.
Well, the only way it can be offensive is like some words in the English dictionary is if you use it with a negative connotation or have a meaning to go against it. But tribal is such a supplanted word in the English dictionary and the English language that people use it in different ways. Like tribalism is talking about like how people react as a tribe and how they think about the tribe. But like tribal is like describing a group of people just in general. So I think using the word tribal, because it also describes how people live. When you say like this is a tribal, it has not a connotation of like something relic. But like there's nothing wrong with the word tribal. I just think people are just getting their peacock feathers in a fluff.
Yes, I agree.
And I just think it's a waste of time. Like honestly, like there's a lot of things I care less about. There's things I could care more about, but this is one of those words. This is one of those things where I'm like, this doesn't even have to be touched.
Unban Crusade, you cowards!
Right? And bring back banding.
And bring back banding and regeneration. We need people to have to read 3 pages of rules to understand things.
Wait till the damn woke society comes after us for calling each other a creep. That's right.
Right.
There's a song like if I could afford the rights to it, because there's a way I could do it, I'd buy the song "Creep" and use that in my videos. Be like, I'm a sinner, 'cause I'm a creep.
Radiohead.
Yeah, I can buy the rights to that song. It's like $24 or something, but I totally use that.
That's it. $24.
Gee, $24 is just not something you roll around every day in my pockets. No, that's why it's so hard for me to get packs. That's why I was not even expecting Commander Masters packs.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you saving up for Caverns of Ixalan, the JP cards?
This coming paycheck is going to be the first day we're starting, because this is the one the wife is going to start. Is going to start doing her videos. Money stuffing. She's creating a separate envelope for me. She's going to start putting money away for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I gotta have my Ian Malcolms.
Gotta No, you know, since Ian Malcolm's there's going to be Alan Grant.
There's got to be Alan Grant. There's got to be
Yeah.
a Dr. Wu. There's got to be how did I forget the old guy's name? I just watched the video on him. Hammond. John Hammond. Yeah.
John Hammond. Yep.
Yep. But there's got to be a Rexy. There's got to be the big one, the Raptor.
Velociraptor Blue.
Yeah, Velociraptor. No, there's a Raptor.
Yeah,
big one.
the big girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
The clever one. Clever girl.
Everyone. Yeah. You know, so like I'm excited. There's gonna be 12 cards in the set, I believe, for the Jurassic Park. So then there's gonna be 2 secret layers. I believe
I may just have to invest in the secret layers as well.
That's what I'm looking for, because if they're anything like the Transformers secret layer was, where they were just reskin cards, I'd totally love to see what they do as a Toppa and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. Did you bring enough for everybody, Hillbilly?
What kind of pie is that, Hillbilly?
Key lime.
Key lime pie. I'm going to Hillbilly's house, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna figure out teleportation real quick.
Just gotta close your eyes and squint really hard, or like squeeze really hard, like, you know, get that butt cheek so stiff, you know, like focus on your core.
Oh, I left my ruby red slippers at home. Dang it. Dag blaggit.
Dag blaggit.
I'm gonna miss out on key lime pie.
All right. We're going to call this the end of the stream, everybody. Thank you for tagging along. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you, Hillbilly. He's like, I got a mouthful. Robert, thank you for hanging out with us.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. Daddios, thank you for being on the stream. I know you're not here right now, but I still appreciate it. Everybody in the comment section, thank you for joining on, especially James Willis, Prime 406, TCG Dude, Stefan, DeLawson, all of you, Richie Dubs. You guys are all rock. You guys are amazing. And you guys have a wonderful day.
Shockwave! What is your command, Megatron?
Subscribe for Magic the Gathering and other content.